I'm Tracy Civic, owner of Team Culture Works. Today we're going to discuss why employees can possibly be challenged to be as effective as they possibly can be. Now, employees have many powerful and positive traits that they bring to the table every single day. However, sometimes when there's a lack of communication, then they're not as positive and productive and effective as they could be if we improve the environment for them. So let's use the DISC method to dissect these challenges. Now, DISC is an acronym for the 4 behavior styles that we all have in us, and you can learn about DISC from my previous video. But let's dive into it. D stands for dominant. Now, some dominant style traits may cause an adverse effect to create an environment with stubbornness and impatience, lack of compassion. Naturally preferring to take control of others, they may have a low tolerance for feelings, attitudes, and inadequacies of coworkers and subordinates, even their friends and families. Now, eye styles, their natural weakness when there's a lack of communication is too much involvement, impatience, being alone, short attention spans, and that can cause them to become easily bored. So when a little data comes in, influence styles tend to make sweeping generalizations. They may not check everything out or focus on the details. They'll assume that someone else will do it, or they'll procrastinate doing it themselves because redoing something just isn't exciting enough. And when these interactive influence styles feel that they don't have enough stimulation and involvement, they can lose interest for something and look for a totally new task, and sometimes even a new job again and again. And when taken to an extreme, their behaviors can seem superficial and they can start to come across fake to other team members and the end user. Now let's talk about S. Steadiness styles have their own unique difficulties with speaking up. They seem to go along with others or the condition that they're in, while inwardly they may not agree. More assertive types might take advantage of this steadiness style's tendency to give in and avoid confrontation. So make sure you don't do that if you're the leader. And steady styles, they have a reluctance to express themselves, and as a result, it can create hurt feelings. But if they don't express those feelings, then the other team members will never know. So that brings us back to lack of communication. And overall, it can take a toll on their health, their well-being, and your team culture. Now let's talk about the C's. High C style. C's are cautious, and they suffer from a lack of moving forward and making decisions. A strong tendency toward perfectionism when taken to the extreme, that can result in analysis paralysis, I like to call it. And it will delay their ability to quickly solve problems. And these cautious traits may result in more worry that the process isn't progressing correctly, or that the decision isn't the right one, which even further promotes their tendency to behave in a more critical, detached way. So what does all this mean, and what can you do about it? Well, this means that if, as in previous videos, I've asked you to make a list of each of your team members and then write next to them what you think their DISC communication and behavior style is. If you can identify those in your team members, then watch out for these weaknesses. Make sure that your Ds are able to have authority and take control of their tasks. Make sure that your Is don't get bored. Make sure your S's have a voice to speak out, and make sure that your Cs have all the details they need to succeed. When you do that, you will avoid their major weaknesses coming out, and you will maximize the effectiveness of every one of your people, which, as I stated in the beginning, are your most important asset and your most expensive asset as well. Now, if you have any other questions about this or would like any other information about team culture training, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Information is below in the description, and I look forward to connecting next time. Bye.